luxury resort run by the Sri Lanka Navy. And this is the luxury boat that takes us to that Soba Island. You can see this looks absolutely nice and sleek. It looks fast also. And meanwhile, there is the jetty where people can go for a cruise along the Trincomalee Harbour. You can see there's a craft that have come back from a cruise. Passengers are coming out of it, having finished their journey. And this is the Trincomalee Harbour. So we are going through this exotic and unique tour. You can see, and there are some nice sailboats, or the yachts with Sri Lanka Navy colors. In the distance, you can see them now. And if I were to zoom in, there you go. These are the Sri Lankan Yacht Club of the Navy. And there are some also fishermen of this dock. There's a lot of background noise also from these people who are very excited about the boat ride, wanted to take pictures. So fishermen also allowed into this harbour area to do some of this. They are fishing. I think we are off to a good start of the Soba Island ferry trip. I'm sure we'll be enjoying that trip. Let me show this the passenger ferry that takes you on the Trincomalee Harbour tour. And moving to the right, I should be able to show you our own ferry. It's like a fast craft. You can see there are some of us waiting to get on board to this luxury craft in order to join this journey to the Soba Island. Alright, we'll meet you on the way. Alright, we just arrived here in Soba Island. You can see this is the way to the Soba Island. We just docked our super ferry here. You can see this is once again an island full of greenery, plenty of trees. So I'm sure there must be plenty of wildlife too. But on the other hand, as you can see, there is plenty of sun where I'm standing, but there is rain over there. And we actually managed to get a very close look of the Prima factory right here in Trinco. This is the jetty, and you can see part of our ferry that we arrived here. And I'm going to zoom in and show you the Prima factory better. This is the Prima factory, and you can see there is a ship docked next to it, probably bringing in supplies, so taking flour out. And then there is the ferry that we came in, this fast craft. You can see it's quite beautiful. You can see very sleek, and you can see this opaque emerald green sea. Reminds me of those crystal clear sea water in Maldives. You can see Sri Lanka is no different. It looks absolutely breathtaking. And there are a couple of cargo ships, I think carrying crude oil, and this is one of them. And then to the right you can see all along the harbour now. To the right there is another oil carrying ship. Right, so we are just beginning our Soba Island tour. We are going to go in and see why this island resort is so exotic and so talked about. among the tourists. Mind you, this is a bit expensive, but I hope it will be fully worth the money spent here. See you soon inside the Soba Island. Here we are inside the Soba Island resort. You can see this is sort of like a reception area. It looks all nice and green, very shady, very cool, despite it's been midday. Beautiful surrounding. So you need to come in here and check in before proceeding further. We're actually not staying tonight. We're just having lunch and doing a tour. And looking around, we can see there are a lot of birds here, including the grey hornbill, which is an endemic bird to Sri Lanka. And it looks amazing. The first impression is just wow, because everything is nice and tidy, typical Navy and security forces discipline. You can see this just nicely built, sort of like a monument using dead wood. So this is the typical Navy efficiency at work. Right, let's go in and have a look around. We are going to have lunch here. We are going to order lunch, then go for a walkie, then come back, have lunch, say goodbye to this beautiful island. Right, I'll put the history of Soba Island in the description below. It looks as if it's too long to tell you over this, because otherwise this video will go into so many minutes. Right, we'll see you probably at the restaurant and during our tour. Right, we are entering into the bar area of this Soba Island restaurant and bar area. This is the bar area. You can hear the barman at work. Right, you can hear they are at work. It's slightly busy here in the bar. Alright, you can see they are at work. So this is the bar area. Restaurant is in the next floor, first floor. I'll go up to the restaurant and bring you word from there. You can see they are at work. Quite busy time here. Right, this is the swimming pool at Soba Island. I'm sure you wouldn't have expected a swimming pool in this island, but there indeed is a swimming pool, and look at the view. Over the swimming pool is the Indian Ocean, rather the Trincomalee Harbour, where you can get all these exotic vessels coming in with different cargo, oil, flour, cement and all these things. It's a relatively big pool, and you can see that it's about, the main pool is about 15 to 20 feet in length. I guess the depth is about, if I'm not mistaken, 3 to 4 feet. Right, this is the pool area. It's nice and beautiful. Now don't ask me whether they have fresh water or the sea water. I'm assuming this is fresh water and not sea water. Right, look at that cargo ship in the distance. So this is Soba Island swimming pool. We are going for a walk now. We'll go, come back, have lunch and depart. We'll see you along our walk. Okay, now we have come to this highest point in Soba Island. This is actually a watchtower which had been built as a radar station previously. Remember, at Kucheveli we also came another radar station. This radar station had been used by the Sri Lanka Navy against LTTO operations of Mullaitivu. Soba Island had been found by one of the British soldiers, Lieutenant called Soba, who had died in the island in the 19th century, early 19th century, 1819 if I'm not mistaken. The history should be there in the description. What you are seeing is the Prima factory. This is an unprecedented aerial view. I don't think many people would be lucky enough to come and see this place. Even though people come into Soba Island for the resort, not many people visit this vantage point, which is at a very high point. From here you can see, get a 360-degree view of the Trincomalee harbour and into the Indian Ocean. Now you are looking towards the Indian Ocean over the east coast, and this is the Trincomalee inner harbour, the inner bay. Remember, Trincomalee is a huge bay. You can see there are ships. To the left, that high point is the Koneshwaram Kovil, the same place where the lovers sleep are. Then coming to the right, you can see the Trincomalee harbour, and beyond that is the Indian Ocean. And then we come to the place where we went and saw the Sri Lanka Navy ship Sayurala and former US ship Courageous, now called SLNS Samudra. Right, I'm going to show them now. If you look at to the right of the screen, you should be able to spot both the ships. Right, let's move in closer. Remember, we were there I think a couple hours ago. So this the on the left hand side is the Samudra, and right hand side is the largest ever commissioned warship in Sri Lankan Navy called SLNS Sayurala, built in India. But soon she will be the second largest, because we are getting one of those Hamilton cutters, ex-US Coast Guard ships from the US, which is not brand new, but it will be the largest. You can see this is the radar mast that we were talking about. Now the radar is not in operation. This is the outer bay, or the outer harbour, how the Sri Lankan Navy calls it. You can see this is a massive harbour. You can, I think, anchor about some, I don't know, maybe hundreds of ships without being observed by the ships in the Indian Ocean, unless you do an aerial observation. You can see the Round Island lighthouse. I'm going to zoom in. This is the Round Island lighthouse. Remember, we saw this from the Nicholson Cove a couple hours ago. Then we are coming back. There are two islands here. One is the Elizabeth Island, which I'm going to show you now. To the left, I think it's still there. There it comes into view to the left. That's the Elizabeth Island. Then in the foreground is the Nicholson Cove, where we stayed last night and this morning. Beyond that, in the distance, is the Norway Island. It's funny how these islands have been named after the foreigners. And there is also a Little Soba Island. That's something in between where we are standing and the Nicholson Cove. Moving to the right is where we will, the Mahaveli River joins the Indian Ocean at Upparu and two other places. So it's somewhere towards there. Right, so this is the view from this viewpoint from Soba Island. Magnificent place. It's very well worth money spent. So if you are planning on going to Malaysia, Bangkok, the Maldives, spend that money and come to Soba Island. You will not only save your money, you won't not only get a good bang for the buck, but also you will spend the money in country and help the local industry. Right, we'll be seeing you with more videos on our way in Soba Island. Right, this is Sri at the highest point in Soba Island. You are seeing the Trincomalee factory behind me, with the ship docked there, trying to unload or take flour from there. You can also see the cement factory in the far distance. Remember the 101 oil tanks which were built years ago, probably not 100 years ago, maybe 50 years ago. They are located there. There are 101 oil tanks, 90 out of them are usable. Sadly, we are not using it. Instead, our politicians are planning on giving it to the Indian government, which is, I don't know what to call it, it's very stupid. This is the rest of the view from the Soba Island. If you watched the previous video, you would have seen what a beautiful place this is. This is just a vlog because I just couldn't help doing one. Coming to a place like this, it sounds stupid not to do one. That's towards the Trincomalee harbour, inner harbour, Koneshwaram Kovil and all these areas. The Indian Ocean is also towards that side. This is the radar mast which we had used, especially by the Navy during their operations against the brutal terror organizations called LTTE, which we managed to eliminate in 2009, May 18th, if you remember the date. And this is the rest of the view of this harbour. It looks absolutely breathtaking. Remember, we were on board the Sri Lankan largest warship, SLNS Sairala, a couple of hours ago. It's over there. It's SLNS Samudra, close to her. This is the rest of the view. You can see Elizabeth Island, Norway Island. There are so many other islands here. And that's somewhere there. The Mahavali River joins the Indian Ocean. Rather, it joins the bay, then goes into the Indian Ocean, which is on that side. Well, people, that's it. So this is an unforgettable journey, which we enjoyed quite a lot. So we'll be doing some more trekking inside Soba Island. We'll bring more videos. Let's see what happens. Until then, cheerio. Right, we've come to another very important point in Soba Island, which is the gun battery. This had been one of the fortresses of the English built inside the Soba Island. You can see they have used this as an artillery gun point in the summit. There was also another gun point where we climbed up to that watchtower. Remember, at the base of that there was another gun battery. This is also another gun battery point, and this looks like a massive fortress, and this had been used as their quarters, gun battery, and also as a prison to keep the soldiers they had used to get work done and then keep them in the night. Right, this is that gun battery viewpoint. We'll go and see other places. This is yet another part of the same fortress. You can see this window-like places where they stored the ammunition, artillery shells for their guns. What's very special about this place is they have had a mechanism to bring those shells up onto the gun platform using some sort of like a automated system. I'm going to show you that opening where they did it. You can see beyond that is some of those building areas. Before I come to that opening place, I'll just show you around this place. You can see it's just amazing, and they have had so many places to store the ammunition, probably enough to attack the entire Trincomalee district from the look of it. Right, now let's come to the ammunition mechanist system to bring it up. You can see it's sort of like a I don't know, like an elevator which they have used to bring the ammunition up here onto the platform and then fire from the gun mounts located in this location. Ingenious, I would say, even though they controlled our country in a brutal manner, somewhat similar to the terrorists that we defeated 9 years ago. This is the biggest gun emplacement in the Soba Island. This is called the main gun battery or Arthur battery. You can see where the artillery was placed here. Apparently this artillery shell, the gun was lifted higher than the surrounding wall, and it's just amazing how they have done it. But the surprising thing is they had stayed here in the Soba Island only for 3 years, between 1819 and 1821, if I'm not mistaken. I think I got my timelines correct. You can see the remains of these things still are visible in Soba Island. Quite ingenious, I should say, even though they used to treat Sri Lankans very badly. Right, this is where the English had built a stable for the horses, and this is where they had kept them in here. You can see what an organized place this had been. They had even brought horses through the sea, I think using ships. I can see there were 3 to 4 massive stable places for their horses. This has been an underground tunnel, some administrative and also prison, which had been used by the English once again in the Soba Island. You can go deep into this. There are so many rooms like dungeons. We actually went with torches, but it's not good to take videos or photographs because we don't have powerful flashlights, and there are lots of bats too. So we are going away. Right, this is yet another underground tunnel complex. You can see the main fortress is on top of this, and underneath that they had built these dungeons, probably as prison and also as a safety measure against any possible invasion. Once again, like before, you could go in and explore with flashlights, but we didn't have powerful one, and also there's a chance that the bats will get alarmed and attack you, so we didn't want to take a chance. Look at the surrounding walls. This is an amazing sight. Right, let's go and wonder if there is more to the Soba Island English fortress. Right, we have come to this Orlando Cove, one end of the Soba Island, and this Soba Island is one of another coves. Remember Nicholson Cove we had before? This is the rest of the view you can see from this point, and this island in front is the little Soba. Remember I told you from the main observation point, and this observation point, and this place has a lot of things like this plants that comes from the Mahavali River. There's also a 14-foot crocodile here that had come from Mahavali River. Now it has become a saltwater crocodile. We can also see the round island lighthouse from here in the distance. We are actually in a hurry to go because our boat is leaving quite soon, and you can see the round island lighthouse. Right, this is the view from the Orlando Cove. Here you can also see plenty of craft that had been destroyed by the Sri Lanka Navy belonging to the terrorists piled up here, and therefore because of the crocodile nobody is allowed to get into the water, and I can see how my friends are running away, so it's time for me to make a move, go and join them. So this is the view from Orlando Cove, and I'll be joining my friends, and we are, I think, heading back towards the mainland, and we'll be spending the night at Nila Valley tonight, and also we are spending the next 2 days in Trincomalee. Right folks, we'll be seeing you very soon later on. Until then, cheerio.